Hey guys, this is Pastor Mel, and I just need to tell you something real quick. Divorce is real. Furthermore, I decided to have one, and I recommend that you do the same. Yeah, that's right. Divorce yourself from every excuse and every self-imposed limitation that has literally already cost you decades, dreams, and destiny. And don't get me wrong, nothing's more beautiful than unity. That's only when we're unified with the purpose that our Father created us. And when we're walking within the musical harmony of divine connections with like-minded people. That's people who want what we want and who value what we value and who are more than willing to lock arms with one another to help each other get to where we can get to together through mutual support. Listen, there's something going down right now, y'all. I hope that you don't miss it. If it's in you, then you know who I'm talking to. My partners and I are like family, and this thing we got is thicker than blood because it's made in the spirit. And it's in the spirit that we decided to make some changes. How do you feel about these changes? Are you ready? Let us know if you need a spot at the table. We're about to participate in the halftime of a lifetime. It's winning season. Father's favor. Well, all right there, family. Look at here. I know you was expecting to see Coach Tanya first, but we're not going to do that today because it is her birthday, and we want to celebrate her and extend some red carpet out of this joint. So would y'all help me as you watch this and come on into this room as you get here live, or maybe you're watching a replay. I want you to go to baby girl's personal page. I want you to leave a personal message for her. If you know her, you already know. I don't have to say anything other than that. She is a gem and a jewel. She is a breath of fresh air. She's a resilient person. She's a rebounder. She's an empowered woman and has an empowered voice. She's been through some things, and she's come out on the other side. And she does not look like what she's been through. Praise the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. And I believe that my life has been made much better as a result of getting to know her in a personal relationship. She's one of my daughters. That's just the bottom line. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful to have some Tanya Evans Barnes in my life. So if you're watching this, why don't you go ahead and put happy birthday in the comments and do it on her page as well. I'm going to bring her on scene, and then we're going to get this party started because in times like these, we ain't got no time to waste. Baby girl, how you doing today? Happy birthday.
I was not expecting that, Pastor Mel. That's why I love you, brother from another mother.
Look at all them. You look good with the balloons.
Look, my face, my cheeks and my head hurt now because I was grinning. I was ready to go into my little spiel and saw your handsome face. I was like, hey.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
you mean the world. You mean the world. We
Big 4-6.
Come on here. That's saying something. I thought you were 36.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
No, I am 46. I'm a grandma.
Wow.
And they more excited about my birthday than I am.
It seems that way.
Celebrated me first thing this morning.
I saw the dance.
That's why I had to put my little noise. Look, my noise cancellation. Thank you so much, Carol Casper. And they just keep on coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like a young woman, but hey,
I'm telling you, that's what it's all about. It's about what you're doing and bringing people with you for the ride. So we appreciate.
If they want to go, come
on. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about a few things today. I'm going to put you in a lobby, and then I'm going to bring you back in shortly. And then we're going to wrap it up and finish it out together, if that's all right. And give me just 1 minute to set that up. We say hello to all of you all chiming in, and we're grateful for your fellowship. To our dear sister, Carol, we love you, darling, and we're thankful for you. To Lady Hendricks, thank you for chiming in. And yes, it's a birthday. And then to our main man, Maurice, we know we got work to do, man. Yes, sir. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. So yes, y'all keep that coming. Y'all go on a page and leave a personal message. But what we're gonna do, and we're gonna move quick, and I'm gonna be bringing it back in. A subject this evening. Y'all know me. I like to talk about some stuff. Talk about some stuff that is life. This thing I tell you all the time is bigger than travel for me, and it should be that way for you too. Now we're gonna get to the travel. We're gonna get to the getaways. We're gonna get to the vacations. We're gonna get to all of that. Because if you know, like I know, if you're part of this travel club, there's nothing out there that comes close to comparing to it. And I say that in humility, but I also say it with authority. I'm gonna say it again. There's nothing like what we have as relates to taking getaways, as relates to vacations, all of that. You want to enjoy that? Get with the person that invited you to watch this information, because I promise you, they ain't trying to get nothing from you. They're trying to get something to you if you will pay attention. But before we even go there, let's talk about the subject. In times like these. Sonia, it's good to see you, darling. Thank you for chiming in, beloved. Give the family our love. In times like these, I'm going to give you 12 nuggets, and I'm going to move quick, y'all, so keep up with me. Number one, in times like these, y'all, you need to just thank God just because. Could I say that again like I felt it? You need to thank God just because. Sometimes we're so, wanting something different, wanting something new. We forget to thank God for just because. I mean, sometimes we go through some stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you. Going through some stuff right now. Got some people very close to me going through some stuff right now. But I don't care who you are and what you're dealing with. Whatever you're going through, there's always something. Some say, well, could it get worse? Yes, it could. It could get a lot worse. There are folk that would trade places in a New York minute. They wish they did have the trouble you have. Do you hear what I'm trying to say? So no matter what's going on, I mean, we might be going through some stuff, might be a little heat, might feel a little fire, but thank God, just because. I see Ernestine is in the house. Yes, that's right. Thank God, just because. I mean, the old saints had wisdom, y'all. They would say, if he never did another thing, he's already done more than I deserve. He's already done more than enough. And they were real with that thing. Because sometimes, I mean, we get out there, you get to getting blessed. Sometimes your blessing can become your burden. Your blessing can become your idol. Your blessing, you got so many blessings, you forget the one that's doing the blessing. You forget the blesser. And we can't afford to do that in this space. In times like these, y'all, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget, Mommy said, don't forget what side, no, how'd she say it? Don't forget who's buttering your bread. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Something about some butter and some bread. Put that in the comments. You need to thank God just because. Number two, I got to go. I got to move quick. In times like these, you need a clear vision. We say it all the time. Y'all know Proverbs. We're in the book of Proverbs at Joshua House of Worship. We're in chapter 2. We're going to work our way through. Every week, the Lord said the same. I'm up to share something that's going to be coming from the Proverbs. But right now, think about this. 29th chapter tells you and reminds us, you need a vision. For without a vision, y'all know what happens. Look, I wear these specs because I got a vision problem. You understand? I had to have some corrective vision. Now, that's one thing in the natural, but some of us need a corrected vision in the spirit because we ain't got no vision. We can't see 20 minutes in front of us. I remember driving on the highway on one particular occasion. I was leaving state of Texas. I was headed actually to the East Coast. And man, I don't know what happened, but the atmosphere felt like it just dropped all the way down. Them cumulus clouds came down to the street level. And I could not see, Lord, I couldn't see 3 cars in front of me. And I was trying to make up time. But I'm telling you, I had to lose time after I saw that I couldn't see. Because the brother, I said, I can't stop. I got to keep going. But I had to slow that thing. I had to slow my road to about 5 miles an hour. And Lord knows it was the most torturous trip you could ever take. But that lasted all of about maybe 3 hours or something like that. And then it lifted, and then we can see. And I was like, I can see clearly now. But some of us are like that in life, y'all. You need a clear vision. In times like these, you need a clear. Somebody put that in the comments. You need a clear vision. That's why we're stagnant. And some of us are not stagnant. We're going backwards. Man, I ain't got no time to go back for nobody. I ain't got no time to be stagnant for nobody. You got to make sure you have a clear vision. And sometimes you got to make some cuts. Sometimes you got to make some changes. Sometimes you got to delete some stuff. before you can add to multiply. Come on, but you got to get yourself in times like these. You need a clear vision. Not only do you need a clear vision, in times like these, you need goals that will complement your vision. What's the point of having a vision if all the goals you have for your daily activities and your week and your month, don't you know what's going to happen in a month is made up what you do in a week? What you do in a week is made up what you do in a day. What you do in the day is made up of what you're doing in the hours. What you do in the hours made up of what you do in the minutes. It's all connected. One leads to the other. And if we're going to have a vision, it's not worth having if our goals don't complement, if our goals don't add value to what it is that what we say we see. What we say we see will not come to be when our goals do not complement our vision. In times like these, not only that, you need to be a problem solver. Somebody put that in the comments. We're here, y'all. That's right, Lady Hendricks. We're here to solve problems. You know, the people who, sometimes we say, man, I just want to get a little more money. I want to get a little, if I could just solve some problems. Because listen, the value you're looking for, the lifestyle you're looking for is directly connected to your ability to solve somebody's problems. And people will pay you and pay you well if you're solving problems. You know what our problem is? Some of us not solving problems, we making problems. Lord have mercy. That's a mic drop right there. We're not solving nobody's problems. We're making problems. And you can only be around folk that make problems and cause problems. Everybody got a different threshold. But some people, maybe you can do it, half a day. Some folk, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, that's the max I'm going to give you. You causing problems. 5 minutes is your window, cause what you can, and then we go on, we through. But listen, you got to make sure you are a problem solver in times like these. Don't come to the table with a whole bunch of problems and no solutions. Come to the table with some questions. What can we do? Can we put our heads together? What's the best course of action? Listen, in times like these, you need to be a problem solver. Now, most of us should be able to realize by this point, I'm 55. Took me a while to get here, understand? But you understand this, some get there early. I've been here for a few years, a few decades, really. My understanding is this. I don't have the capacity within me by myself. I need to be connected to some like-minded individuals, and particularly some individuals who are much sharper than I, to really solve the problems that I'm here to solve. That means you need what we call a dream team. Talk back to me if you understand what I'm saying. In times like these, y'all, don't you go solo. Don't you go Luke Skywalker on me. Come on here. You need to make sure you got yourself a dream team. And if you ain't got it, keep dreaming, keep praying, do what you got to do. We attract who we are, not what we want. So we want to make sure that you're being the type of person, number one, that you're praying about and that you're dreaming about. Be that. What you seek to have, be that for somebody else. And watch what God will do in your life. You need a dream team. You will not be able to pull this off. In times like these, you need a dream team. Now, some of us, we got nightmare teams. That ain't what I'm talking about. Look, Freddy Krueger ain't got nothing on some of them teams. Lord, we say with friends like that, who needs enemies? Come on here. You need some folk. You ain't got to worry. You ain't got to be looking over your shoulder. You ain't got to worry about nobody stabbing you in the back. Come on. You ain't got to worry about who trying to get the credit and the glory. We win together. Together, we all accomplish great things, y'all. Miracles happen when we're working together. We're in this thing together. You need a dream team. And if you don't have a dream team, you're going to be extremely limited in times like these as to what you can do for the glory of God. And that will be lasting and that will outlast your lifetime. Number 6, in times like these, you need easy and simple systems. You need easy and simple systems. That's a system is such that will leverage what you're able to do on your own. If you got one system, I'll throw this at you. Remember, there was a time in my life, at least, I didn't hardly need it. Unless I was really doing something advanced. You really didn't need calculators. Come on here. Talk back to me if you understand what I'm saying. You did not need an electronic digital device to add, to multiply. subtract, to divide. You didn't need a cap. I mean, come on. At a certain, you was 15, 18, 20, 21 and all that. And you could just crank off numbers and all that type of stuff. Now, if they got off into some calculus, some trigonometry, you needed you needed that special device. You needed a system for that. You needed some paper, some pen, eraser, whatever, to get to the formula. You needed a system for that. But some other stuff, you didn't need that calculator. But ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, you get a little older, come on here. Man, you're doing good. You got phone numbers in your head. You got credit card numbers in your head. You got password. Come on. You got passwords in your head. You got all kind of, and that stuff can get messed up and scrambled up. So you need a system that will help you to do, so you don't even have to think about certain things anymore. You got a system that works. I hope that's making sense for you. So when we're in times like these, y'all, if you're not operating with a system and you're flying by the seat of your pants, what's going to happen when you find out that it's not working anymore? You need a system. But not only in times like these do you need a system. I see you, Minister Carol. God bless you, woman of God. Not only do you need a system that's easy and simple for every single thing that we're called to do, you need some effective strategies. Now, I love this part. You need some effective strategies. You need the type of strategies, and this is why I love masterminds. This is why I love mentoring and coaching and joining different groups that can help you in key areas of your life. People who are further ahead than we are, and they don't mind sharing. They don't mind showing. They don't mind empowering to help us get to where they are. You need people like that in your life. The sharing of effective strategies. Because there are some things, listen, on the path that you may be on right now, you're determined to get to a certain place. And it's not that you won't get there. It's just that at the rate you're going with the strategy and the skill set you have, it's going to take you another 30 years, another 40 years. And let's be clear, I'm 55. I don't have another 50 years. I just don't believe I do. If I do, it's the Lord's will. I receive it. But listen, there are some things you got to know. You'll be soon out of time. So you need a strategy that can reduce a 10-year period down to a 2-year period. Are y'all with me? You need a strategy that can reduce what you're taking months to do something because you're doing it according to how you know to do it. You getting it done. You manhandling that thing, or however you want to call it, and you making it happen, but it's taking you months to do it. But there's some folk with the right strategies, y'all. They're getting it done in a week. And there are other folk, they're getting it done in a day. And it's not necessarily that they're working any harder. It's just that they're using efficient and effective strategies. In times like these, you need effective strategies. You need easy and simple systems. But not only that, you need efficient structures. Come on and talk back to me. You need efficient structures, y'all. Structures. In our human body, there's a structure, a skeletal system, right? If you don't have certain bones and you can even break a bone, strain a bone, whatever. And there are certain things that, your body won't collapse. But if you take certain bones out of place, you pretty hurt. You bent over. If that, because there are certain things that are structural in the human body. If that doesn't make sense for you, I tell you this, make sure that your house that you live in, that you just didn't throw up and live in some kind of straw man structure that wasn't certified. You know why these builders and these architects have to go to all the school they go to and study what they study and get all these certifications, and they got the city permits and all this type of stuff, because they got to be proven that whatever they're putting up, whatever structure they put up, that it's going to last. There are certain structures, y'all, that have not been proven. They have not gone through testing. And let me tell you something. Winds will blow in all of our lives. And wherever the structure is not sufficient, the storms and the wind will always win. Did you hear what I say? So you want to make sure that you're working with, you're operating in your life. You need efficient structures. There are things in buildings. I'm certainly not a builder, but this is what I heard. There are certain walls. There are certain pillars. There are certain things in every structure. They're what you call structural beams or structural walls. They're holding up more weight. And if you take down certain walls, you can knock that whole wall out, knock that whole frame out. It would not suffer the building or the structure whatsoever. You take out other walls, other beams, other columns, whatever, that whole thing is subject to collapse. In life, right now, in times like these, y'all, you need efficient structures. Got to move quickly. Number 9, you need to shift from what was to what is and what will be. Lord help us. You need to shift from what was to what is and will be. See, what was 40 years ago and 50 years ago in the workplace, especially, and in the travel industry, and many of the things that we do for a living and such, what was 40, 50 years ago is not now, and it certainly won't be in the future. Now, I know we got some clothing, some fashions. They say bell bottoms are coming back in. It's cool. And then for some, you never stop wearing them. And then some say straight legs are coming back in, and that's cool. I don't know what you, but that cycles. But there are some things, y'all pay attention now. There are some things that ain't coming back. The VCR, I don't know if you still got one. Listen, throw that. It ain't worth nothing. Get rid of it. It's not 8-track. Is okay. Keep. It's not coming back. And you need to shift from what was to what is, and really to what will be. And I can tell you, when we get to talking about this travel thing, y'all, we are dead smack in the middle of not even what is. We done skipped that already. We're already in what will be. We are a part of something, guys, that will be a household name. You better plant your flag in this soil as quickly as you can get you a spot. And you got to shift out of what was to what is, and if you're wiser, to what will be. In times like these, y'all, number 10, you need to continue learning and remain a student. Man, I could talk about that all day. Continue learning and remain to be a student. This is not about academia. This is not necessarily the collegiate levels and all of that, PhDs and all that. You don't necessarily have to do that type of thing unless you're called to it, unless you're gifting and that's your desire, But there are folk with different certifications and different certificates and such, and experiences that their learning has proven itself to be much more fruitful and much more productive than what many folk will get in any kind of college or university. So you got to make sure, guys, that no matter what type of learning it is, make sure it's paying you. Now, I know you're going to pay for it, but sometimes we're getting education and sometimes we're getting degrees and certification. We're paying for it, but it ain't going to pay us at all. Make sure you stay a student. Make sure you remain to be coachable. Make sure you never get to a point where you believe you have arrived and, all this is beneath you. Man, listen, there are some things that we can learn from some high school kids right now. They are far advanced in some things, especially with technology, than we are. They got some stuff going on. Do you know that there are some young, in fact, some of them are not even in high school yet, and they have created a wealth system, that has earned them from multiple hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars on the internet, and they're not even out of high school. Do you think they shouldn't be able to teach us a thing or two? You need to continue learning and remain to be a student. Number 11, you need to live while you are alive. Shia is in the house. Much love to you, darling. Yes. Tawana, stay humble and hungry. Absolutely right. Nisi, she says she has a DVD player. Sentimental value. I ain't mad at you. All right. We'll see how long it's going to last. All right. Ain't going to get no pause for it, right? Number 11, you need to live while you are alive. Man, let me just pause here for a moment. I can't tell you. Close friend of mine, I won't call his name right now. He's doing so much better, and thank God. On last week, literally, and he's years younger than me, had a massive heart attack, and he had actually coded. But God was gracious to him and his family, and he's on a rebound, and he's coming back, and we speak life on this whole circumstances situation. Very close friend of mine. But you got to know this, and I know that, gifts of healing and all that, but every one of us are going to die. I don't care what gift of healing is in the atmosphere, in the building, or who laying hands, or what kind of oil you using. You better understand this. Not one person on the planet has skipped this. You understand what I'm saying? This is something that we all eat. Lazarus was raised from the dead, y'all. The Lord Jesus resurrected him. But guess what? He still had to die after that. You got to know it is appointed to man once to die, and then the judgment. So know this, we need to live while we are alive. And for all of those who will receive faith, I believe, this is my conviction, I believe with everything in me, faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, you'll get to live eternally after this life. So you really got the best deal. You understand what I'm saying? But as it pertains to this life on this side, you better live every day of it while you got it, because it's not promised for tomorrow. We used to say tomorrow's not promised. We got to fix that. It requires an edit. Remember, I told you there are some things from the past that we got to deal with what is and what is real. There used to be a time when we could safely say tomorrow's not promised. Now we got to edit that, y'all. The rest of the day is not promised. We got folk that went out this morning and will not be back home this evening. There is no guarantee. Life is fragile and short like that. Somebody wrote a song, said we're dust in the wind. So we got to know that we know that we know. We got to stop playing, y'all. If you got the space and time to do whatever it is that God has given you the grace to do, the calling to do, the assignment to do, the privilege to do, now is the time to do it. Stop putting that thing off, talking about one day in the by and by and this, that, and other with apple pie. You got to do that thing now. You need to live while you are alive. And then lastly, in times like these, you need to add value and make it better for as many people as you can coming behind you. I'm going to say that again. You need to add value and make it better for as many people as you can who are coming behind you. Where would I be today if it had not been for people who had poured into my life and lifted me up and put me on their shoulders? And I thank God I had pastors, I had coaches, I had mentors, I had aunties and uncles that still do, and big brothers and big sisters and older friends and cousins, man, that blessed my life. And that's why I try so hard to help other people and to get into a position where I can be of service and value to others coming behind me. And there's more time behind me than it is in front of me. So I'm trying to number my days according to wisdom. Guys, I hope this helped somebody. I hope this has put some things in perspective in times like these. I'm going to put the woman of God back in place and in position, and we're going to chop this up and tie it all into this thing that we do called travel. Baby girl, did anything speak to your heart? Is anything applicable for what it is we have our hands on in this travel club?
Listen, I was over here taking notes. It's always an educational moment. I love being in this company. This is so much more than just a business for me. This is my family. I have met so many people from all over the world, and we are like literally family. Like I can call on you for everything. And even though we some time difference away, look, when we get together, look, I feel safe, secure. I'm learning from the best. My mom used to always say birds of a feather flock together. So sitting
Yes.
around all these millionaires and stuff, it's I already know I'm on the right track. And
Yes.
you said thank God just before, cause I sure enough thank God for Travoria,
Mm,
cause we we done all like you said, I done been through some things, and this is a this birthday, like what can I say? I mean,
what can you say?
what really can I say? Like I almost wouldn't have made it.
Mm,
So I mean, I'm very transparent. Everybody that know me out there in Facebook and YouTube land, they know I'm very transparent. But hey, all the hoping and wishing and praying that where I wanted to go and wanted to do, didn't have the money to do. Now I do, and then some. Now I'm getting paid to do what
mm,
I do. I mean, 35 vacations
mm.
in 3 years
That's saying something.
and no job.
Mm. Speak on that.
So when I started Travoria, I was unemployed. I didn't, I had got shot in 2003 when I lived in Cleveland. So
Mm,
I couldn't work. So I was only getting my little SSDI. But
mhm,
then when this was placed in my lap, my son had just died. So I was not only physically incapable of going to work, but mentally because I was in the medical field. I couldn't I didn't put like this. I didn't want to, and then COVID hit. It was just like a lot going on. Life was life in
Storm.
it.
It was a
Everybody,
storm.
but through it
Mhm.
all, I mean, I got in 2019, and yeah, no job. That's look, all but God. Cause when I asked, see, I'm when my dad was alive, cause stress killed him. He
Mm.
just 37 years old, just went to sleep, didn't wake up.
Mm.
I was 15 years old when that happened.
Lord have mercy.
Healthy, but a job can't sustain you. You go to work stressed, you come home stressed because you're not
Mm.
making enough. I've worked, I've been on the side of the employment and the self-employed, and being self-employed, it's dangerous because you
Mhm.
need insurance. And had a transportation business. I'm picking up folks that I don't know, like Uber and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
people crazy out here. All money ain't good money.
Ooh.
Now I'm safe in the house, and even in the house it's not safe
Mhm.
because I got shot when I
Lord,
was in the bed asleep
Lord have mercy.
when I got shot. So just life has been life, and life is gonna continue to happen. Like, but that's the thing, it's gonna continue to happen. It's how
No
you
matter what.
respond and what you do. Now, if the only regret, no matter what, is gonna happen. Just like the bills. When I got shot and was out of work and couldn't walk for some years and had to learn how to walk again and all that good stuff, the bills kept coming. The bills
You
kept
mean
coming.
they didn't cut you no leeway and say,
Look,
hey,
look, it wasn't no investigation. I ain't getting no news coverage. I ain't even get a little ad in the newspaper saying I was shot. I was just
Lord,
shot.
you just shot. Just
Yeah.
shot.
Couldn't walk.
Mm.
Then look, look, and then when it was a little medical malpractice suit. But since okay, so when you poor and don't have no money and stuff like that, you can have insurance, but you don't have no money, then you really can't, get justice for yourself.
Mm. Mm.
I mean, you really can't. So that my why is really is huge. It was bigger than travel. Yeah, I needed a getaway, but it was so much bigger than travel. Like when my son got killed, the person responsible, his brother played for the NFL.
Mm.
So there was no hearing, there was no court, there was no nothing. It was just my
Mm.
son is gone. I'm suffering emotionally,
Mhm.
but everybody else living their life.
Mm.
Because when you got money, like R. Kelly, he in jail. They just got him in jail, but for years
Mhm.
he had people trapped in the closets
Mm.
and all that stuff. But when you have money and stuff like that,
Mhm.
you can get away with certain things, and
Mm.
it because especially when you just paying folks off, because no one, the justice system is just not what it needs to be.
Right.
But in
Equity.
order to change things, you
Mhm.
have to have money. Hey, we had a president that didn't know nothing about politics, but
Mhm.
he had some money,
Come on.
and he was the president of the
Mhm.
whole United States. So
Mhm.
I figure I'm gonna get to a point where I'm gonna be making so much money that they're gonna have to reopen up the case, and I'm gonna get justice. I'm gonna get a
Mm.
headstone. I have to be, when you're in a position of when you're in a financial position to,
It changes things.
I can be sick and just you can change
It
things.
changes things.
Now, some people are selfish.
Yeah.
So that's where I come in
Mhm.
because I like to give. And that's where a lot of people in this company, everybody I've met from the CEO all the way down, they
Mhm.
just they just like me.
Mhm.
They just, they worked hard and did something. This vision. I mean, I thank God for our CEO and
I
our
do too.
founder, our top leaders, the Strands, the Roberts, Danny. I mean, from the head all the way down.
Absolutely. We're,
And
we're,
it's a
we're
business of people helping people, and that's what I love to do, is help people.
absolutely. I see all of those principles that we spoke about earlier wrapped
Yes.
into this thing. Baby girl, let's shift gears in terms of some of the dynamics of what we have our hands on, and for the benefit of those who may be watching online, live, or replay. We are a part of the Trevorium Travel Club. Let me best explain it this way. Imagine how it was when there was no Netflix, and in some parts of the country, over here we had a thing called Blockbuster Video. We also had a thing called Hollywood Video, and depending upon how many movies you wanted to watch that weekend, because it was a limit. So you go get your half over here and your half over there, and then if you was like us, you take it back late, and by the end, by Monday or Tuesday, you owed about $133.
No, I'm taking them back because them
And then
fees,
you say,
them
you know what?
late fees.
I'll just buy it, because the
Right.
rental fees were ridiculous. So here's the story. Just like there used to be the rental of all those videos just for your own pleasure and entertainment, and then Netflix came with a game of, I think it was $7.99 when they first came out.
Yeah.
Changed the whole industry, y'all. The whole industry. We began to see stores close. It was like, yo, what's up with Blockbuster? And then we started getting letters and going out of business. We like, oh my God, what happened? And I thought at first, if you were anything like me, you thought it was just the area where you were going. And then you started watching, listening, find out it was the whole industry. That's what you call a paradigm shift. Why do I bring that up? This is the same thing that has happened and is further happening to a further extent, a much higher level in the travel industry. Just like for years and decades, all we knew to do was go to Expedia, go to Priceline, or call our travel agent. And that was the best we can get. That was the most bang we could get for our buck when we wanted to travel. Guys, Travorium for the past 10 years has totally shifted, disrupted the whole industry of travel. We have, for those who understand and those who already know, if you don't know, ask somebody, and all you're getting, get an understanding. If you're going to travel anyway, hear what I say, and you're not using this travel club, it's like I don't have a lighter because I'm not a smoker, but I wish I had one for a candle. You are literally setting your money on fire.
Oh, yes, you are.
Or maybe I should metaphor. If you don't like that one, throwing it out the window. That's what you're doing with your money. Say it again, and I mean it with every bone of integrity in me. If you're not using this program to travel, and you're using some other means, whatever the resource of online OTA, or maybe you're a travel agent. We've been travel agents for 11 years. We have aunts who have been travel agents, some over 15, one over 15, and one well over 30 years. So we understand that whole game of being a travel agent. We joined this club 5 years ago because no travel agent, period, could get the prices that we're getting inside of this club. If you're not using this program, you're throwing good money out the window or setting it on fire. Our conviction is this: it's not a wise decision, but it's yours to make. Am I right on this?
You ain't telling no story. Look, I can't say that word. You can't tell no story now. You're not telling no story. Yeah. I mean, like I said, 35 vacations ranging. I done getaways at 4-star hotel. Resorts, $73. I took free trips where all I have to do is pay the taxes and resort fees, and I've been to Daytona Beach, Florida, $59.10. And that was just to covering the taxes. And the fact, even if it didn't have a compensation plan attached to it, I would still be a part of it. Because where are you going? I went to Vegas for $80.79 for a week.
Come on.
Stayed at a beautiful resort.
Come on now.
I like to ball out on a budget. I like to say, that's my saying. I ball out on a budget. With Travorium, it's not just the hotels. It's, rental cars. I save money on when I go out dining. I shop online, so I save money there. I save money on my groceries. I'm doing it anyway.
It's gonna pay you to use our program to save money. Let me give you these examples. I'll give you 3 examples, and you're a part of this too. We'll see each other next month in Vegas. If we would not have used this program, the hotel 4-star resort that we're staying off the strip, and we've been there over a dozen times in different hotels, but this time we're using another one. It would have cost low side $7.99, high side $12.99. in between $7.99 and $12.99. Those are the retail rates for the exact room with the exact dates, everything apple for apple, pound for pound, everything exactly the same. That's the rate for that hotel that we booked in this program, because it's one of our dream cases, as we call them. We got that thing down to $99, not per night, but for 8 days and 7 nights. On top of that, we booked Waikiki. We got that coming up, and we're doing a conference workshop with our good friends. Shout out to both Rabbi and Apostle Brooks from the East Coast. It's going to be enormous there in Waikiki. We're going to have a one-day event on the beach that morning of the 5th at 6 a.m. Sunrise. We're going to have a sunrise communion on that Friday. We have a 2-hour conference. We'll get you the information if you're interested in being a part of that. If you got anybody in the Waikiki area, you definitely want to get them registered there. But here's the point, guys. We paid $539 for this 4-star hotel right off of the beach. And that's for 4 nights. $539. I took the liberty to look it up on their site, not only on their site, but also on comparable sites like Expedia, Priceline, Kayak, Hotel, all those guys. The price ranged from $579 to $799 per night. So their per night rate is higher than our rate for 4 combined nights. I give you one more. We got Dubai set up, paid for, and everything. We're paying $99. Now, this one should blow your mind. $99 is what we're paying. That's 6 days, 5 nights. It's a 5-star oceanfront property. Beautiful. In this particular restaurant or hotel and restaurant, just like most other 5-star restaurants, if you dine at a 5-star restaurant, you pay 5-star prices. Breakfast is not going to be $15.99. Breakfast starts at $30 and probably is $50 range on average at a 5-star restaurant, 5-star hotel, eating at the restaurant in the 5-star. So $30 a person is the minimum size. So we use that as the standard. We're paying $99, my wife and I, 2 of us together, of course. 6 breakfasts for $30 each. So 30 times 2 is 60. 60 times 6, come on now, $360 worth of breakfasts, and we're paying $99. That includes the breakfast. You better hear what I'm saying. And 5 nights at the 5-star hotel. We got receipts. We'll soon have the videos. And this is something that is no respect to persons. It's for everybody. We have thousands of these experiences in more than 65 nations strong. Guys, if you're not using this program, you're wasting money. I got my brother here, Luis. He says, ain't nothing funny when you talk about some money. If you don't make money, it don't make sense. Absolutely. Absolutely. It takes money to do anything. I mean, anything and everything. So we're well. Yes, absolutely. Sorry says she wants that information. I'll get that to you. Waikiki information is coming your way. Lady Hendricks says, ball out on that budget. She loves it. So, guys, this is what we're talking about. And we're going to shut it down because we got to get ready for another call. But I want you guys to do this. This is real deal Holyfield conversation. We don't have nothing to prove. We're not trying to take anything from anybody. We're trying to get value to you. What we have here is a major life-changing opportunity. For some people, the worst case scenario they're going to get out of this, if they decide to be a part of our travel club, is they're going to enjoy the prices that I've already mentioned. Every single year, they'll be able to get worst case scenario travel agent pricing without being a travel agent. That's the worst case scenario. On top of getting travel agent pricing in the worst case scenario, they're going to get from 1 to 2 opportunities a year where they'll have the most ridiculous prices like the ones that I've already mentioned. And in some cases, they'll even be able to enjoy some free travel a couple of times a year. That's the worst case scenario should they decide to be a member in this travel club. But let me tell you what it could be. This could very well be your opportunity on the low side to supplement your income so that your car payment, perhaps your light bill and your cell phone, or some other thing, groceries, a month's worth of gas in the car is no longer coming out of your pocket and you're no longer struggling and straining to make it happen. How about getting paid because you have a book of business with memberships in this travel club, which is very simple, working with us especially, and you're able to do this every week, every Friday, getting paid on the low scale. On a higher scale, stay coachable, plug into our training system. Make sure you got some good mentors and coaches that's going to help you. And we have many in this feed. And they'll be able to walk you through the process of what it would take, not just to supplement your income, but to replace your income. And this is not pie in the sky. This is real deal Holyfield. And everybody has to be determined to, their work ethic, their commitment, their time schedule. You got to put the time in to develop it and learn all the things that you need to learn. But the simplicity is that you have people willing to show you, because your success will be their success and they're invested in your success. If this sounds to be reasonably sound to you and you're ready to at least get some questions answered, I say to you, reach out to the person that invited you to watch this information and let's get those questions answered. And step 2, let's get started. Baby girl, I want to give you the last word and the closing comments on your birthday. I'm going to get off the screen and say good night to everybody. But I want to thank Lady Hendricks for being with us tonight. Willie Ann is there. Sonia is there. My main man Luis is there. Amen. Minister Carolyn is there. Carolyn, amen. Carol Casper, thank y'all so much for joining in with us. And Ernestine, thank you for joining in with us. Amen. And if I missed anybody, charge it to my head and not to my heart. But we want to give the last and the closing comments to Birthday Girl.
Well, thank you so much for chiming in tonight. I see you, Eugene Pinkney is in the house. Sandra Point, let's chat, girl, because this is so much better than a job. A job is just over broke. So if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired and you want to make some money and see the world, why not start here? We're going to see you at the beach or at the bank, but we definitely want to see you and help you get to both. See y'all later. Next time. Good night.